All right, National College Football Roundup. Some good games this weekend. Let's start with TCU traveling to Stillwater to take on the number 10 Oklahoma State Cowboys. And Oklahoma State's like a 13-point favorite. Ted, did the odds makers not see Chandler Morris pick Baylor apart? What's going on with that?
I think the odds makers feel like that was a bit of lightning in a bottle. Perhaps there were Chandler Morris, which I think there's probably some truth to that. Not really knowing who they were going to get, probably caught Baylor by surprise a little bit. There was, a lot of chaos going on between both football teams there and coaching staffs. So I think it was kind of the perfect storm there, but he's a good football player. We've seen that from him. We know how athletic he is. He's got a big arm, but that Oklahoma State defense is for real.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt. And you look at what TCU did against Baylor. They couldn't run the ball, right? And it didn't matter. Chandler Morris was fitting the ball in tiny windows. He was bold in that game and had no hesitation. Those were some big boy throws and did it all while Baylor was bringing pressure at him. I mean, they were heating him up and he was just making them pay. I think Oklahoma State's winning this game. I just think that their defense is playing at an extremely high level right now. And Spencer Sanders he's playing way more efficiently than what we've seen from him in the past. And he's taking care of the football in these last couple of games. The run game with Jaylen Warren is still solid. Tay Martin has become an absolute assassin in the red zone, but it's all about that defense. I trust the Oklahoma State defense more than I trust any other unit in the Big 12 Conference. I think they're playing really damn good football, man.
Yeah, they're in that spot where, they're playing so good defensively that they're in that zone where they're looking at every single point. They're looking at every single yard. Like every little bit of that means something. Like a lot of times you get stuck in this groove defensively. It's like, let's go out there and just try not to give up touchdowns. Like they're not in that zone anymore. Like that is, that's beginning of the season. They're into the absolutely choke you out, not let you get any yards, not let you get any points. And whenever you get the whole defense to tie into that mentality, special stuff happens. You're seeing that with Georgia right now. They've been pissed off whenever people are getting points thrown up on them. So it's a fun group to watch, man. They fly to the football. They tackle well. They got great leadership there in the middle from Rodriguez. They can get after the passer. It's a good total group that's experienced, that veteran. They understand. They know how to communicate. They're doing really well.
Yeah. But I will say the game is way more intriguing now after seeing Chandler Morris last week. Like, hey, find Quentin Johnston, smart guy.
Well, yes, smart guy, but they also haven't faced a quarterback that's as mobile as Chandler Morris.
Yeah, I mean, he had like 70 yards rushing, had that big touchdown against Baylor.
I mean, at the end of the game, he got out of that tackle by Petrie on that option play. He was hogtied in the backfield and somehow got out of that and converted a big first down.
I couldn't believe our boy Petrie missed that tackle.
I know. I was shocked.
Stunned. Okay, next game. Texas A&M at Ole Miss is a good one, but both of those teams are behind OU in the rankings, Ted. So I wanted to talk about number 6 Michigan going to Happy Valley to take on Penn State. And I don't know what I'm missing, man, because this game is a pick 'em. And I know Penn State's a talented team, but Michigan coming off a win over Indiana, not super impressive, but they controlled the entire football game. And Penn State's coming off a win against Maryland that if you just look at the final score, you're like, oh, okay, but the game was tied in the fourth quarter. It was tied. So it just seems to me like Michigan's the more complete football team. Now, I won't be surprised, I guess, if Cade McNamara makes some terrible mistakes with the football and Michigan loses this game, but I just don't think Penn State is going to be able to run the ball on Michigan's defense at all. And Penn State's running game has struggled this season. And I know Jahan Dotson was incredible against Maryland. It was like 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, it was insane. But I can't imagine he is able to do that again against Michigan, especially they're going to be their number one goal defensively is going to be like, hey, don't let that guy beat us. I know this feels like a game that Jim Harbaugh would lose in the past, but I'm torn on this one because like everything for me points to Michigan winning this football game, but I clearly it's closer than I think.
It's really not, though. Michigan is basically guaranteed to win this thing. We know what happens. Michigan's major disappointment is going to come against Ohio State. That's what it is. You've got it right there. We're going to the playoff. This is it. We got it. Come on. And no, Ohio State. When's the last time they beat Ohio State? Like 2003, something crazy like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe it's not that long, but it's rare. That's where the disappointment comes. I'm with you. I think Michigan, what does it look like when Michigan dominates a game 17-10? I don't know, but I think Michigan is able to control this football game and get the win.
Yeah, I think they're going to have more success running the ball with Haskins than Penn State. Like it's hard to win a game against a solid team, especially I don't know if a lot of people have watched Aiden Hutchinson. The guy's going to be a first-round draft pick. He's fantastic. Like, he's going to be a problem for Sean Clifford if he's got to drop back 40-something times. Like he is. So I don't know. Just maybe this is one I saw the line and I was like, pick him. What? I don't know. Now maybe Penn State rolls them. And I'll just be like, oh, I'm just an idiot. Okay, there we go. But okay, this last thing. So I wanted to propose a question to you. So Georgia's got Tennessee and Knoxville on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State has Purdue in Columbus. Both are favored by 20. Who do you think, first of all, should either Georgia or Ohio State be on upset alert? If not, who do you think should be more concerned?
It's got to be Ohio State with Purdue, right? I mean, Purdue's kind of doing that thing this year where they're coming in and chopping people's legs out from under them. So I'd say Ohio State. Ohio State has a good offense, but they've been great most of the time, but there's been some struggles in there. Their defense has looked better recently, but there's been some struggles in there. Georgia, and I like Tennessee's offense, I do, but Georgia, they have in 2021, which is crazy, they have one of the best defenses ever, is how good they're playing right now. So when your defense is that locked in, I would say that the upset alert probably not happening.
I will make a bold prediction. Hendon Hooker and that Tennessee offense will score 20 points.
20?
20. 2-0. Now, I don't think they're going to get close to winning the game. Hey, remember, garbage time still counts.
That's true. Hey, if Tennessee scores 2 touchdowns, 14 points, more than anyone has scored on Georgia all year, I think you carry Josh Heupel off the field.
Hey, Tennessee's offense went through Kentucky's defense, who's not terrible, right?
Yeah.
They went through Kentucky's defense like a hot knife through butter last weekend. I mean, the efficiency, it was insane. The yards per play, all the advanced metrics on what they did offensively were just absurd. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if that offense puts up a few points. It's not like they're going to score 40. I'm not saying that. I think they can get to 20.
20 is a big number.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I know.
big.
It's a bold prediction, bud.
Here's the thing. I say that if you score 14 points against Georgia, I don't care if it's the first quarter. I don't care if it's the fourth quarter. I don't care when it is. Coaches, drop the headsets. Players, start walking out. Go shake hands. We're out of here, guys. We scored our 14. We're done. Just leave. Just walk off after that.
It's like the Elam ending for basketball. Like if you score 20 points on Georgia, you actually win. Like you get to that
That's
number,
it.
game over,
Yep.
boys.
That's it. We're done here. It's even if it's 54 to 14, it doesn't matter. Job well done. If they get to 20, which I'll tell you, man, I think Hype's done a great job. That offense is great. Hendon Hooker, most people don't even know who he is. Was 21 touchdowns, 2 or 3 interceptions right now, playing fantastic football for Tennessee.
Oh yeah. And that's why I said they're going to score 20. I said it. Now they watch them get shut out and they'll be like, well, damn it. But
well, it wouldn't be surprising, and it wouldn't necessarily be that big of a knock to Tennessee. You could still say they got a good offense.
Yeah, that's true. Now, hey, as far as the Purdue-Ohio State game, if Ohio State's red zone woes continue, I mean, with the way that Aiden O'Connell has played lately, obviously David Bell, one of the best wide receivers in all of college football, like if Ohio State continues to kick field goals and not score touchdowns, they are going to be in a battle against Purdue. So they got to figure those red zone issues out, man. They got to be able to run the ball into the end zone. I don't understand what's going on with them from that standpoint, but I think both of those games I'm hoping they're a little more interesting than people may think they're going to be.
It's college football. There's going to be something happen this weekend that is shocking that people didn't expect.